Hi everyone, Mrs. McDougall here, along with Pip. I figured it's been a while since you've seen him, and everyone loves Pip, so here he is. He's going to help me teach the lesson today. So we are going to be doing some e-learning, and I appreciate you bearing with me as I get familiar with this. All right, let's talk a little bit about what I'm looking for in the timeline. So first of all, title. The Rise of the Roman Republic. Let us know exactly what it is that we're looking at here. We're going to have some even intervals. And let me go to another screen so that we can talk about those. I need to go back to this. Clear the board. And now I'm going to go up here. And you might remember seeing this on my whiteboard a little while ago. So again, when you are creating your timeline, you fold your paper in half so that you have an even line and then draw the line over it. If you measure in on paper roughly an inch, that'll give you a good starting point for your first interval. We talked about this in class, but since the time period that we are looking at is between 616 BCE and 287 BCE. We all agreed that the time period that we would look at with even intervals makes sense to be going by centuries. We will have an arrow on each side of our timeline to represent the fact that time continues on in both directions, but our first mark that we'll put right here is at 600. If you measure in 4 inches and another 4 inches, and another 4 inches, then we will keep even intervals. And then, of course, marking those marks with the century marks of 600 BCE, 500 BCE, 400 BCE, and 300 BCE. These are your even intervals. Once they have been drawn, then you can place the specific event dates. And I'm going to go to another screen for that. So let me scroll back here. All right. Thanks for your patience as we get used to this. Again, we had the title, even intervals, and I believe we had the marks right here, here, oops, that's not very clear, here, and here. And then, I'm going to change the color. We added the actual event dates, 616 and so forth. I'm not going to do all of it for you, but I'm just demonstrating the one. After you have done even intervals and the actual dates that were listed on the rubric, please make sure that you have 6 summaries, 1 per year or 1 event, as I've got an example right here. Please have complete sentences and then an image to go along with to represent what was happening during that time period. At the very bottom, or wherever you can fit it in, this one happens to be at the bottom, please write a paragraph explaining to me which one you think was the most important change during the rise of the Roman Republic and why. It can be written as an RBG. I am looking for a topic sentence, 3 supporting detail sentences, and a concluding sentence. Finally, make sure that when it's all said and done, it is neat, easy to read, and colorful. And then let's move on to some examples. That was one, of course. But I will tell you that if you take a picture of it and it's hard for you to read, then no, it's going to be hard for me to read. So please make sure that the quality is up there. If you've done your project on an iPad, I'll get to that in just a moment. This was a hand-done project. Here's another one that's done by hand. Here's one that was done on the iPad. Similar rules apply, but since we are working with about half the space, your scale is going to go down half. So instead of moving over from the side only 1 inch, you're going to go about a 1/2 inch. And then each interval after that, is about 2 inches. And then the rest should fall into place. This one, you can see that the paragraph was written at the very bottom here, but it doesn't have to be precisely in that location if you're trying to find a spot for it. Okay. Oh, I have to go back to the whiteboard. I'm going to get better at this, you guys. Sorry. Clear. Okay. Thought I just cleared it. Sorry. And now we're going to continue on. Here's another example. Notice that it's really easy to see the title. Each of the dates is pretty close. This one is circled or highlighted, but you can see the intervals are very easy to read. Here's another example. And then a final note, please check the rubric before you submit it to the Dropbox so that you can self-evaluate yourself, make sure that you've done everything you were supposed to. I think that's all I have for right now. Can't wait to see your submitted timelines. And I'll be back with more information. I'll get a little better at this as time goes on. Have a great day.